Good afternoon, everybody. It is Sunday, November 10th, and we are going to start a report on the commitment of traders from November 8th. Just a quick reminder that derivatives trading is inherently risky and past performance is not indicative of future returns. We'll start off here just reviewing our levels from the past week. We were looking for rotational between 57.46 and 58.43. Once we got over 43, we were looking for 59.28. If we broke 46, we were looking for down to 56.79. And we can see how this played out with a nice upward move, holding our lower rotational zone straight through the rotation and up and beyond into the election. And we did expect with a major catalyst like the election that we would see our levels get extended. And we posted some updated levels for you guys throughout the week in our Discord rooms and on our X account. But we do want to review this week and help you understand what was happening. So if we step back and take this out of trading, have you ever been on a tube, either behind a boat or whitewater rafting? My kids love tubing, and we go each and every summer and fall. They gather their friends, will get out on the water, and they fight over who gets to be on the tube. Sometimes they try to get too many people on the tube at once, though, and that usually doesn't work out too well. In those situations, the tube gets pushed down, and it won't come up until people start getting off. But once they do, that gets to be very violent. And then everybody kind of gets tossed and we have to regroup. And Monday was just another panic Monday as everybody was positioning for that and trying to get on the raft all at once. At the same time, the commercial side of the market was in risk absorbing mode. And if you had billions of dollars, would you want to risk a lot of that heading into the election? And most likely the answer is no, and neither do they. So we saw the commercial side of the market take on and absorb the risk of the panicking traders, and then on Tuesday move up right to our neutral point at 58.26. Right at the end of the day, we stopped about two ticks shy. And that was, again, after everybody panics, we get the move back up for getting back to neutral. So we really don't have any risk. The election date has been on the calendar for years at this point, but with the advent of short-term protection, nobody worries in advance. And everybody's mindset is very short-term. And so we see that there was a 43% over protection bought, more than necessary heading into Tuesday evening. And that upward move was so violent, it tossed everyone off. And that gave us our plan for Wednesday morning that we laid out at 8:30, that we were looking for rotational moves from 59.09 to 59.52. And that was a nice, easy 40-point trade that we gave out to subscribers on Wednesday morning. And now that the kind of panic has gone over and the RAF has thrown everybody off, the market was going to continue coasting down the river. But this rafting was not the Colorado River, but more like the lazy river. So you just want to wait for your turn to get on after these big catalysts. Thursday was more of the same ahead of FOMC. A few too many people tried to get on and were tossed out, but we were coming to the end of the ride anyway. Just like turbulence on a plane, rapids in a river, or even gold in Africa, volatility in the market clusters as all these things do. And we'll go through periods of intense volatility and more calm periods. We can see how this played out as we never got below our rotational low, had our panic on Monday as everybody was still carrying through from Friday. Then we had to move up on Tuesday to get back to neutral, and then shaking everybody that was still trying to hang on to the raft off, and then just a nice, easy continuation move higher. As we pushed over 59.28, when London opened, we retested our upper pivot, and that was the sign. And we did give out more levels, but that was the sign that the market was going to continue again. Friday was the marketing day for the market. 6,000 SPX was the target as we were going to head into the weekend. And we had that planned, and our educators got long and went Took the long all the way up. We also had the short planned at 6,044 area, and we had laid that out for students and subscribers as well. So Thursday we laid out a long at 59.78 for you, and then Friday we laid out a long and a short. I think the lowest amount any of these trades were was about 15 points, and on the upper end of that, they were over 50 points. So I hope that many of you caught those. I know that several sent me messages that they took advantage. And if you want to learn when to get on the raft or off the raft and when others are about to tip it, you can check out our Discord offerings or follow us on X or watch our YouTube videos. And the goal is for you to stay afloat this week. So if we look at where we are heading into this coming week here, commercials did add more to their short position. As on the other side of the markets, they were flipping from short to long on the VIX to start buying more protection. And so for the week ahead on the SPX, as commercials are still short, we will watch a few other positioning indicators of other participants in the market. There are multiple areas, multiple participants, multiple strategies that we monitor. We do still have a small risk window coming up before flows from multiple participants will be fully supportive in the markets. And if you look at the open interest, you'll see that it is very low. And so there's not as much participation at this point. And so we do want to watch for that to begin taking off because that'll tell us that more capital is getting deployed. And then we'll have a more clear picture and can trust the moves a little more. For the week ahead, we will watch CPI, PPI, and retail sales at the catalyst to pay attention to. For price, we'll look for it to be rotational between 5,900 and 6,042 with our pivot at 5,951. Over 6,042, our pivot is 6,106 with a target of 6,154. And under 5,900, our pivot is back to 5,796 and our lower edge at 5,698. Have a great week trading out there and make sure to stay safe and stay afloat.